Howdy folks. If the title of the video doesn't clue in what I'm talking about, it's the fact that American cars are literally going bye-bye. Ford has announced that the only vehicle that they're going to carry past 2020 is the Mustang. GM sounds like the only two that they're going to for sure keep past 2020 are the Camaro and the Corvette. Everything else is going to be trucks and SUVs. And a lot of it, I'm going to tell you the truth, they're going to try and blame it on the American Auto Workers Union. They're going to try and blame it on the American Auto Workers Union, and that is not the case. What it really boils down to is overregulation. What do I mean by overregulation? Just the sheer amount of regulatory committees that are breathing down the necks of the American auto industry are enormous. You've got the whole alphabet soup: EPA, FCC, what's the other ones? EPA, FCC, NTSB, DOT. They're all breathing down the necks of the American auto industry. And I'm sorry, but a lot of these laws that have been created by these agencies are just outrageous and outlandish. It's no wonder any car company is making it. You know, I realize making a car safer is all fine and dandy, but you know, there's this point where you gotta stop and say, hey, if we build a car to this point, nobody's gonna be able to buy it. And it also has to come down to the fact of, okay, really, how many vehicles are gonna actually be in a crash? I mean, I know that it sounds horrible, and I really don't like to put it in that respect myself, because I've been against it for so many years myself. But from a industry standpoint, where does the regulations stop? It's an over-regulated industry, in my opinion. Because on the welding side of it, they have more stringent welding requirements for American automobiles than they do for buildings in an earthquake zone. Now, of those guys out there that are watching this that know what a D1.1 code book and the supplemental seismic guide, the thickness of those things are, I took one look at the DOT book and I'm like, okay, where does it end? You've got more stringent welding requirements. You've got the EPA breathing down the auto industry's neck saying, oh, you need to make vehicles. And on top of that, some of these laws are really killing other industries in America. One of the big ones that I feel is BS is this N2 BS. I'm sorry. I live in the breadbasket of America. I live in the Northland. I mean, from my house to Fargo, I've got 10 miles of farmland. I mean, you walk down the street and look to your left in my town, and you'll see fields. Now, where is these NO2s affecting that industry? I don't have definitive proof, but I have this sneaking suspicion because of the fact that if you actually break down the chemical symbol, it's nitrogen and oxygen. Okay? Nitrogen and oxygen. Well, if you ever look at the chart, you'll find out that the air that we breathe is 78% nitrogen. Okay? Why are we trying to control it? On top of that, I've seen farmers around here having to frickin' use anhydrous because of nitrogen levels being too low. And in years past, you would very rarely see anybody using anhydrous. Heck, around here, from what I heard from one guy, there's only one co-op that sells anhydrous. I personally find that the EPA needs to go back and look at the laws that they've created and actually see that there are laws that they have created that are actually harming the environment rather than doing it good. And sadly, you've got people in Big Green, you know, that will try and get these laws, and they really don't understand what they're doing. Or if they do, they just are doing it for the money. Because personally, nitrogen, really regulating nitrogen emissions in vehicles. You know, I can understand CO2 emissions to a point because, you know, there's only so much a plant can take in from CO2 emissions to convert it back into oxygen. But nitrogen, I want to know what the heck controlling nitrogen levels in automobiles is helping the environment. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're harming it because you're choking the plants. So the thing that you're trying to save, you're really murdering. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of naysayers out there, and people that are gonna say, oh, I got it all wrong, Chris. And fine, voice your comments below. Don't be dirty about it, though. But how to fix the auto industry? The sad thing about it is that I see that they're targeting the younger generation, the 18 to 30, which, that's fine. But the whole thing about that is, come on, let's face it, I'm 25 right now. I ain't got the kind of cash to go flipping out 5Gs to get a $40,000 vehicle. You know? So they need to start targeting the 30-plus crowd, in my opinion. And when they start doing that, they will actually make up this 11% that I keep hearing that they're losing, because they're going to build a vehicle for the people that actually can buy the vehicle. You've met a few of my buddies. We actually got around talking to them about it, and I posed a question to a few of them. If you had $45,000 to spend today on a vehicle, what one would you buy? They all looked at me and they're like, there really isn't anything that I'd want to buy brand new. And, you know, I'm sorry, but the people I hang around with, we have a lot of our father's mentality on buying vehicles, and we have to buy them for a niche purpose, or because we like the body design, or we know that we can do something with it and actually enjoy it. Sadly, I feel that the auto industry today has become way too cookie cutter. And if you want to sell a car, don't build it like the other guy. Build it differently. And I get it, we're in the age of technology and in the age of everybody's got to have the smartphone and the tablet and the 30 bells and whistles on the vehicle. But, and I'm sorry, I like all those bells and whistles, but at the end of the day, a car that looks nice, that has a nice ride, and when I stand on that throttle, it throws me in the seat, and does what a car is supposed to do. That's what I want at the end of the day. And I'm sorry, but these, I hate to say it, but bubbles that they're making these days, or these chiseled bricks, don't have much styling, in my opinion. actually going to put this out there to the big three. I've actually got a car design, well, actually not so much design as design changes to current cars that they have right now that would make it more appealing to a person in the 30 to 45 category age bracket. Because I get it that the 4 cylinders just going to be the new wave of the future, but such as it was in the 80s with people going from V8s to V6s, you're going to have a lot of naysayers. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to say, no, this cannot do what a V6 does. And the prime example to that, back in the 80s, is the Grand National. You look at the Grand National on the paper and out in the field, that thing was faster than a Ferrari. Your quartered mile times and your 0 to 60 times are faster than a Ferrari. Today, it's going to be the same way with the naysayers. The naysayers are going to say, no, I want my V6. And you know what? I don't blame them. The turbocharged 4 cylinders, they're still in their infancy, in my opinion. Yes, they've been around for a long time, but now with these new technologies like direct injection, variable cam timing, active start control systems, and a variable vane supercharger, turbochargers, they need more time to get refined. And the metallurgy is out there today to do it. The knowledge is out there today to do it. And yes, it's being implemented, but in a way I feel it's being implemented kind of slowly. And I have this sneaking suspicion it's because the auto industry knows that if they implemented it all today, that the EPA would just turn around on them and tell them, we want more. You know, it's the old story. If you give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna want a glass of milk. So I'm gonna throw this conversation back to you in the comments. What do you think is really killing the auto industry today? Is it the American public? Is it these regulatory bodies in Washington? Is it the auto industry itself? Is it just internally collapsing on itself? Because that could just be the case. I mean, heck, you look at Ford Motor Company, they've been in business now, what, wow, over 100 years? 1903? You know, General Motors wasn't too far behind that. And Walter P. Chrysler, he didn't stay with Henry Ford that long before he got fed up with Henry and started his own company. So I really am posing the question to everybody. How can we fix the car industry in America? Because I really don't feel that we want to see the American car go away. I mean, yeah, there's better value in the SUVs and the trucks, but at the end of the day, the car made America. The car was there before the truck. So I thank you for watching, and I know this was pretty rambly. Please leave your comments below. Keep it civil. Keep it civil, because really it's all three of the car manufacturers that are deciding to do this. So keep it civil. And subscribe for more. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.